my vegan planner for 2019. I'm actually filming this on my phone because I noticed that it's a little more clear because my writing is pretty small inside. So basically what I've done was I created labels. So for for the year of 2019, I wrote down the months from January all the way to December 2019. I don't know if you guys can really see it because some of them overlap each other. This is what it looks like. I'm going to get into how I planned January. So this is my planner. I know it looks a little chaotic, but bear in mind that, as I mentioned before, I've only planned things a week at a time. But because we're already at the end of January, the 31st is tomorrow, which is why I haven't written anything in this block. But yeah, I know it seems a little chaotic, but bear in mind that I took things a week at a time. And when I got into January 1st and 2nd, right here, I noticed that the December 31st, I crossed out the first 2 days kind of thing, and I started to feel a little nervous because I was like, what if I don't plan on being vegan? And I got so nervous, you guys. It was so bad. But what I did was I crossed it off and I wrote my alternatives. So for this day, I was going to have vegetable soup with broccoli, carrots, onions, vegetable broth. What else did I write in here? And I wrote cauliflower. And I crossed that off because that day I did not make soup. And I had panago with Zach. And we had a vegan deluxe pizza, so we shared that. And for Tuesday, I also crossed it off. And instead, I made pasta with ground round, which is vegan beef, with onions, garlic, broccoli, and so forth. So yeah, so the one thing I was so upset at myself for was the fact that I kept beating myself up for crossing things out. And after I crossed things out, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to cross many things out anymore. What I'm going to do is kind of highlight in yellow the alternative that I make to have instead. So I did that because I noticed that the crosses, it would just demotivate me. And yeah, and then in this planner, basically it covers 1 week at a time. So because January had 5 weeks, I have 5 sheets of these papers stapled to one another on the very top over here. And that's how I stayed organized. And basically I just transferred the information that I put over here all the way over here. And sometimes when things wouldn't fit in this one chunk of writing, I would also put it in here. So I would have a kind of like a detailed view of everything. This is how I basically planned on being vegan. I know it may seem a little chaotic right now because there's a lot of writing, but bear in mind that I only wrote things down a week at a time. And when this week was over, what I basically did was every Friday, I would write down another week, another week, another week. And because we're also at January 30th today, everything is just in my planner. I'm missing the 31st because tomorrow's the 31st and I don't really know what I want yet, but yeah, just taking things a step at a time was so helpful for me being a vegan. And yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much my planner. I decided to put that in the beginning only because I felt that you guys would be interested in seeing my planner first thing before I start rambling on. I've had gotten a lot of questions on how I found being a vegan, and I know it's only been 1 month, but girl, I know for a fact it's not going to be hard for me to carry on potentially for the rest of my life. But yeah, so basically being a vegan. So guys, I've gotten comments on my video where I talked about my vegan diet for 2019 and how that was my resolution. And I plan on keeping that resolution because I feel like having a vegan diet has been helping me not only with my egg allergy that I pretty much have suffered with all my life, but with my multiple sclerosis, it's been helping me so much. Like, my vision doesn't shake as often as it used to, having meat, having dairy, having all of the stuff not included in a vegan diet. And yeah, so also bear in mind that the temperature also plays a role with my MS, and I am aware of that. Like in my multiple sclerosis journey video, I literally said, quote unquote, this is what I said, because I remember saying this. I literally said in that video how my multiple sclerosis plays a huge role with the weather outside. If it's too hot or too cold, I will have a relapse quicker than the 15 minutes I said I was able to walk for. And you guys, I literally have that quote or that part of my video memorized because I got a comment on my vegan diet of 2019 video where someone told me how I was basically lying about having MS, and that I got another comment saying how I should stop fooling myself because having a vegan diet isn't going to be a cure, like it's not a cure. And guys, I never said a vegan diet was a cure in that video. You guys can go back and watch it right now if you really want to go see what I really was trying to say in that video. But I was trying to tell you guys about my journey. Like that video, this one video was about my multiple sclerosis journey, but my other video was about my vegan diet of 2019, and I think it was labeled that as well. And I literally told you guys why I wanted to have a vegan diet, and I didn't once ever say a vegan diet is a cure for every single disease in this world, because I know it's not. But I was basically trying to say in that video how when I don't have meat or when I don't have dairy or any of that stuff, I feel so much better. Like my vision shakes less, and some people just don't understand that. If you guys don't live in Canada, you may not know what I'm talking about, but Canada's food guide has changed. Basically, there's like barely any meat in the Canada's food guide. There's barely any dairy, and so much hate has been gotten for the Canada's food guide because people are just afraid to admit that meat and dairy and all of that stuff is essentially bad for you. Like, it's fine if you don't believe that. Honestly, it's just what I believe. This planner I actually got from Chapters. I don't know if they'll still have it. I'm pretty sure they would, like this planner specifically. And the yellow sheets inside was also from Chapters. And then, as I mentioned, this planner did not have any tabs, and that's the part that I was so torn about because I like when things have tabs on them. So I created my own tabs with literally sticky notes, and I wrote down January, February, March, April, May, all the way to December for 2019. And what I did after that was I put tape around it so it looks like it was laminated. Yes, I'm a little extra, but I like it like that. And I just thought this was very cute, so I was like, you know what, I might as well do it. And I just really like that the book is kind of thick. It just makes me feel like I have something going on in this book. For those of you who have asked me how hard I found this vegan diet, guys, it's only been 1 month into 2019. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be hard for me at all continuing on. Like the month of January, it was tricky in terms of trying to find foods last minute, like when I went to New Orleans. So I went to New Orleans, I wrote this down, I forgot what day it was. I went to New Orleans on January 11th to 14th. So that was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday. And that was the only tricky part for me this entire month because the things, I don't know, it was very tricky for me because like a lot of the places we did happen to go to served milk or served a lot of meat, and then on top of that would serve eggs. So I was like, great, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat anything, but there were a few foods that I did have that were delicious. But if I had to be honest with you, for those 4 days, I was basically eating salads. And then I also brought a lot of snacks with me. So it was just 4 days. That was okay. That was the only tricky part of January, if I had to be honest with you. And yeah, and I think the one thing that also made it easy for me to go vegan was the fact that, guys, I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I don't really go out, or when I do go out, it's with my friend Zach. And like, Zach is plant-based, so everything he eats is plant-based. So that itself has made it much more easier on me to stick to a vegan diet as well, because I was able to not kind of like have any distractions with, oh my god, but I want the chicken that, you know, this person's having, or like, you know what I mean? Like, if I had to be honest with you, Zach is the only person I really hang out with. And yeah, so Zach, if you're watching this video, I know you are, thank you for making everything so much easier for me. It's been very helpful, and yeah, so, yeah, and what else can I say? So, in terms of difficulty, on a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, it was a 3. I honestly was so scared going into January, because I was like, what if I can't do a vegan diet? And what if I decide not to do a vegan diet? What was the point of making that video where I got like 250 views, I think, on a vegan diet? I'm like, I'm literally gonna look like a liar, and I got so scared, you guys. Honestly, at one point, I was like, what did I friggin' just sign up for? I was so nervous, but then I was like, Pri, you have to think about it. You know it's making you feel better. You know it's gonna help with your egg allergy. What do you have to lose? Like, I think that's what also made it easier for me. Like, I had 2 good reasons to go vegan. Just having reasons to go vegan was so much easier for me too. I'm gonna be a vegan for the rest of my life. And you know what? Maybe that may change later on in life. But at this very moment, I do plan on being vegan forever. And I'll just see where it goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found this video interesting, and yeah, so this is how I planned everything out. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys don't have to have a planner to be a vegan. You guys don't have to have a planner to plan out anything in life. It's just, for me, having a planner is just, it makes the most sense for me personally, because I'm just able to get through things with the planner. And yeah, and right now, actually, I just got an email from my nurse to let me know that I have my 4th infusion. Oh my god, is it my 4th or my 5th? It's either my 4th or my 5th infusion at Sunnybrook. She said April. I can't remember what date she said. I'm gonna have to look at my phone because I'm filming on my phone right now. Pretty much it to my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. It will probably be a cooking video. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.